Hello my beautiful butterflies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverley and it's so lovely to see you today. In this video I'm going to be sharing the magical witchcraft video. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you the magical witchcraft books that I have bought so far this year. So grab that cup of tea, let's get to it. So I have a problem. It's books, especially witchcraft books. I just can't help myself. I just keep buying them and accumulating them. And if you're like me and you love books, then you'll enjoy this video because I'm sharing all the books that I've bought so far this year. They're just so magical and I love learning. I love growing. It's a continual process and it's something that I really enjoy. So I really hope that you're going to enjoy this video alongside me. But don't forget, if you're new here, you can click the subscribe button to become part of the butterfly family. We would absolutely love to have you here with us. Don't forget to drop me a like and a comment as it helps my channel to grow. And if you would like other ways to help me, you can check out my Ko-fi and my Patreon, where for just £2 a month you can get access to an exclusive Discord and a shout out on the channel, just like these amazing wonderful Patreons right here. But let's get on with the video, shall we? I'm really excited actually to share these, and we're starting off strong with this book. It's called The Lost Spells by Robert Macfarlane and Jackie Morris. Now this isn't necessarily a magical book, it's a poetry book. But what I love about it is the illustrations and the verse. And I think a lot of us associate witchcraft with verse and rhyming little things, and so I get a lot of inspiration from poetry books. This one says, selkie boy, come join your kin. Eager your kind are to meet you. As salt sets its seal on your silky skin, let green sea rise up to greet you. I find learning and reading about poetry really helps me to work on the things that I need to say while I'm doing spells. So that's my first book. The next one is Morning Magic. Now this is a recent book that came out not too long back, and this is a guided journal of enchanted rituals for the day ahead. And I got this because I really wanted some new things that I could figure out what to do in the mornings. What I love about this book is it is jam-packed full of prompts and journal entries, and you can just write straight into the book, which is really great. What I don't necessarily like is that they just give you one thing to do, like light a spell and think about what you want to manifest, and then that goes on for like days and days and days and days, and it's like I kind of want this to be more. Does that make sense? It's a good book, but it's not quite as good as I thought it was going to be. Still a good book though, and I love the artwork in it and artwork on the front. But yeah, if you're looking for a journal and some ideas of morning rituals, there you go. Now, not all the books that I get are new books. Not all books that I consider witchcraft books might be books that you consider witchcraft books, but I often go thrifting. I have thrift hauls on my channel here every month, and I really enjoy sharing my finds, and these next two books were both thrift finds. This first one is Spells for All Occasions and Needs by Sasha, Fenton, and this is just your basic run-of-the-mill spell book. I don't reproduce spells, but I do find a lot of inspiration and I get a lot of knowledge from reading spell books. You can find out a lot of ways that are common ground between different spell books that can then help you to make your own spells. Just like this one. This is Spellcraft, a Grimoire of Practical Magic by Anne-Marie Gallagher. Can't speak today. And this again is just a very simple spell book. Yeah, I'm not a big one for using spell books, but I do like reading them and looking them up for inspiration. The next one was a gift from a friend of my mother's, and this is Mermaids 101 by Doreen Virtue. Now I know that Doreen Virtue has become a bit of a, person we don't associate ourselves with, and for good reason really, but I I do still love her magical books, and I have a few of her oracle cards. This is a really nice book, just with all the information that you could possibly need about mermaids. And mermaids have always fascinated me. I don't know why. I follow a few like real life mermaids on Instagram, people who work as mermaids in like theme parks and children's parties and things, and I find photography around mermaids incredibly inspiring, so I was really thankful to get this book. It's a good book for mermaids. And here we have another second-hand book. This is quite an old book. This is Juliet Sharman-Burke, The Complete Book of Tarot. The origins, meaning, it's not that, it's not dinner. Divinatory significance of the cards and how to use them in readings. This is just, it looks like quite an old book, but I found this in a charity shop. I always get them because I think sometimes we get caught up in one definition of a card. It's good to read lots of different books and get lots of different ideas about the different cards so that you can increase your knowledge, increase your abilities, your reading abilities. And I'm really getting into tarot. It's so great for those of us who have chronic illnesses or disabilities and struggle with being able to set up spells. It takes a lot of energy and a lot of time, and it's something that I'm not able to do very often. But I am able to do tarot because it's very easy to just get a couple of books out and a journal prompt and get on with it, you know. I really enjoy it. So yeah, I like picking up tarot books if I find them. The next one is a new book that came out not too long back. This is Tea Magic, Spells, Rituals and Divination in Your Cup by Jenay Marontate? Sure. Okay, so I finished reading this not too long back. I have 1,000,001 little bookmarks in this book. This is a really good book. I really enjoyed it. I've got a lot of things that I've underlined and highlighted in here, as you can see. I really enjoyed this because tea is a big part of how I enjoy drinking, and to make it magical is something that I would love to learn how to do. This is great for just basing your knowledge more on how tea can be brought into things like astrology and things like that, in zodiac and the cycles of the moon and things. There's a lot of ideas and things in here that I'd never considered about tea magic. And there's also really good correspondences at the back, which is great for if you want to make your own loose tea spell, so that you can bring together different things to correspond to what you want to make happen. Such a good handy book to have. I've got a few tea magic books now. It's really interesting. The next one I got because Hearth Witch told me to get it. She didn't, but it was in a recent book haul of hers, and it was this. Candle Burning Rituals by Marie Bruce. I'm really excited. I find candle magic quite difficult and messy, and I want to get better at it because it's something that is very accessible to those of us with chronic illnesses. You know, you can just slap some stuff onto a candle of the right colour and Bob's your uncle. Sure, that's exactly what's written in this book. But I'm really excited to learn a bit more about it. I thought this book would be quite good. It looks quite an old book. I don't know when it's from. But never mind, I'm enjoying reading it. The next book I have is Hearth and Home Witchcraft, Rituals and Recipes to Nourish Home and Spirit by Jennie Blonde, also known as the Comfy Cozy Witch. I follow this lady on Instagram and TikTok and all those places. I love her podcast. It's really, really good. So when they announced this book was coming out, I knew I had to grab it. Because I'm mainly housebound, I don't leave the house very often. I do find myself attracted to these sorts of books that are just about cleaning and keeping my home protected and safe and lovely. It's definitely a type of witchcraft that I want to lean into more. I've got nearly every page here bookmarked and highlighted because it is such a good book. Highly recommend if you're interested in Hearth Witchcraft. So yeah, that's a really good book. Next one, and anybody who's been following me for a while will know I love working with my ancestors. So I treated myself to Nancy Hendrickson's book Ancestral Tarot, because I did buy her other book and I think I did a review of it as well. If I did, I'll leave a link to that video down below. But they brought out another book, but it was like you needed so many things to be able to follow the book that it would have been really expensive. But this, all you need is a tarot deck, and I'm really enjoying it. I've only recently started using it, but it's really good. It's different questions and different things that you can ask your ancestors to get to know them better and to work with them. So I'm really enjoying this book so far. I do a little bit every day that I'm in my altar room, and it's working really, really well. My last video was about this book, so I do have a review of this up on my channel and of the oracle deck that goes along with it, so I'll leave a link to that video as well down below. But this is The Witch of the Forest Guide to Tarot Magic, and I love this book. Spoiler alert, I love this book. I use this book every day. I love the artwork. I'm really enjoying the way everything is explained in the book, because they have all the correspondences for each book alongside the reversed and the normal upright meaning. It's just a really good classic book. It's great for people who are new to tarot, but it's also good for those of us who've been working with tarot for a while and we just want something that's going to get us back to the original meanings, get us back to the basics. I love that. This is a good book. Highly recommend. Next up is The Handmade Grimoire, a creative treasury for magical journaling by Laura Derbyshire. Again, I follow this witch on Instagram. They do a lot of like junk journaling, and a lot of their magical grimoires are done in kind of a junk journal fashion. This is a book about how you can make your grimoire more fun. There's a ton of resources in the back of the book, but the first half of the book is all about how to make your perfect book, and I'm really excited about this. I'm excited to kind of delve into an artsy side of me that I have, and just learning how to bring that into my everyday craft. So I'm really excited to read this book. I also have a second version of this book that I will be doing in a future giveaway, so make sure you're subscribed so you can take part in that giveaway when it's happening. Then I have the Tarot Spreads Yearbook. This is such a good book. I love this book because when I first started working with tarot, I kind of picked it up and then put it down again. I was very much like, what am I supposed to ask? What am I supposed to be doing? How do I find spreads? And I kind of only used it on the Sabbats, and I didn't really bother with it the rest of the time. But this book, it's only recently come out. It's 52 Tarot Spreads for Getting to Know Yourself by Chelsey, Pippin, Mizzi, and it is amazing. It's beautiful. There's a lot of work all through the year, all through different seasons of your life. It doesn't matter when you start the book, it's just going to be amazing. So you can follow it like you follow the seasons of the year, or you can just go from page 1 if you'd like. That's what I was doing. This is such a good book. I really have been enjoying just dipping into this in my morning quiet time and just enjoying the artwork, enjoying just getting to know myself better. It's really good. Definitely recommend to anybody who wants to deepen their journaling practice and also their tarot practice. And then the final book is the complete book of tarot by Anthony Louis, and that's one of the Llewellyn's guides. It's massive and it's got so much information. Like there's 2 or 3 pages dedicated to each card. There's information about everything you could possibly need. All the different astrology, the dates of it, numerology, Hebrew, myths and archetypes. Like there is everything that you could need to know about each and every tarot card. And I've really been enjoying this along with that Witch of the Forest book. The two work really well together because this is quite like a deep dive and the other one's kind of lighter, and between them I'm finding that I'm really starting to understand the cards a lot better. So yeah, this is a good one to have if you're really getting serious about your tarot, because there's nothing that you need to know that isn't in this book. Basically, it's so good. So that's all the books I have bought so far this year. It's more than I meant to buy, and that there might be more on my Kindle. There probably is, but let me know down below if you're like me and you just end up buying loads of books. I do try and get my books secondhand if I can, but then if I'm not feeling well, I tend to start looking around on Amazon and I find myself add to basket too easily, and I need to be stopped. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave it cannot speak today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to head down below, leave it a like and a comment. I always love talking to you. Let me know if you've got any of these books or if I've inspired you to get any of these books. Also, let me know if there's anything that you would like me to do reviews on or full videos on. I can easily do that. Don't forget to check out the description down below where I'll have all the books listed, and I will also have any videos where I've done reviews. I will have down there as well for you. And also stay till the very end where I'll have a video and a playlist recommendation for you. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and you're enjoying my content. And if you are and you're not yet subscribed, don't forget to hit that button, ring that little bell, so you always know when I upload. I'm usually here on a Friday, but sometimes on a Monday. It just depends what's going on. Take care everyone, have a wonderful magical week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!